you know, Thomas and Satan taking a luck. I won't get too ahead of myself. It is just game 2 of 12. But a really rough start from 2 experienced top players.
Okay, and when it comes to this position, I know you're somewhat of a Janus, Vortex, crystal ball individual. I don't know how else to explain it. If you guys aren't familiar with Levin's calls, in the back room 24/7 when he's talking, he can see Janus and Vortex in a certain position and instantly call if they're going to win. He's done it like 3 times. Is this that position? They've pushed up the height a little bit, already gotten Elim that they kind of pushed over towards their box as well. 2 full loot bags to work with this two. Like, is this the spot?
I'll be honest, every game I've ever watched of them where they get a refresh now, they win. I'm not even kidding as well.
A back-to-back to start EU. Okay.
Look, it's on the it's definitely on the cards. Definitely on the cards. So keep your eyes peeled for those guys. Because when they just have the opportunity to sort of have the max loot, you saw they had a bit of movement there as well, I believe. I think Vortex had some chili splashes as well, so, you know, they're looking good.
Teak and Cammy right now split on decision making because, yes, once again, their position looks so good. The damage looks down bad. A few shots over from Teak, though. Get from 70 to 30 below. Reason and Vidil lacking damage and aggression in this game. How is that possible? 56 above, they're looking fine now, but the shields will get affected. Cammy and Teak still can't find much, and they're in the center of this half and half zone.
And you think that this is where they want to be, right? In terms of just optimal positioning. Scram, Rescard, not an optimal position whatsoever. They go down.
What?
Cammy and Teak, 1 damage. Just do a bit of damage, lads, please.
I'm so surprised to see Rescard and Scram go down. 4 eliminations overall, and you saw the big shots that Rescard was hitting. How much damage do you truly need to stay in this lobby and be able to play? This is the best of the best, and right now, Cammy and Teak are just caught completely off guard. There is no security for them, no insurance in their box. Once again, 1 below every team around them, but they find no hope, nothing, no light in this darkness. With 48 total players now, that surge will stop, but they know that their demise is very, very close if they don't deal any more damage. This is the perfect chance to do it. Once those moving zones start, it becomes very difficult to deal with both dealing damage and moving at the same time.
I think the big advantage that these guys have, though, is that their whole game plan around the moving zones is to secure control, right? Wherever layer they're on, you know, they like to get to the front side, make sure they have the builds, they have the edits, and they can hit the shots for sure. So we'll see whether they can gain control once the zones start to move. You can see we're going towards that southeast, and Thomas and Tayson will have to make their way there. Is this the game where they do look for height, or will they look to stay lower? Will they try and get involved in that battle? We know Creasy and Hen ain't going to be here, so will it be Pink and Anas, Janus and Vortex again? I'd probably put my money on that, to be fair. Look, we'll see all these teams starting to set up, as this is where the game really begins. The pads will come out now, and players will look to rotate, and Thomas and Tayson looking to see if they can jump in and get involved with that as they move towards the front of the zone.
Start to fly high. Cammy, Teak, classic situation. They have that low ground control. Thomas and Tayson, they go a little bit higher. At the same time, Andalex pulled that zone just like Vidil did in some of the best positions overall. And Andalex picks up Bubak as well inside the feed. Karma interrupting rifle as we see Janus heal up a little bit. Had that high ground position, have the most information entirely for this lobby, and understand it's getting crazy over on height. Karma with a humongous all-in to try to hold things off completely. It might be a little bit too early. Clown also inside the sky. Cammy and Teak uninterrupted down low, but we know they need some damage. They're rattling over at Waffler and Deox on the right side of the bottom right. We also see Vidil's POV. It's looking like Reason's not down, but they have a random hostage in their box. No protection for him there whatsoever. He's not going to be saved. Reason and Vidil have to split apart for the moment. Hopefully they find each other very soon. Janus now very low. Vortex also at a silver of HP. He is down. The winners from game number 1, the lobby leaders at 63 points, might have their story stopped. The bookmark on the chapter for the moment as Janus finally goes down. 63 points is the current lead. Nescarisha is all the way up towards the top side looking for a big launch pad as well. Stompy's also starting to move off. Ryzen has the control of high ground. It's starting to clash between 3 different teams. Toos is also falling from the air. When he's part of the equation, it starts to become a problem. Karmi looking for the solution. Sees a little bit all around him, but he's still confused. Where's his teammate? Where's everyone on his screen? He doesn't know. There they are. Double layered height. It's multifaceted. It's looking good.
They got to be careful though, because there's still going to be teams second height, lower down, who will look to try and take it. We are getting to that stage of the game where some of the better teams will look to fight it, and this is a fight happening on the mid-ground. Taysom looking to find the control. He gets the edit and he gets the shot as well. They will find the elimination. Radil and Reason though will move towards the front of the zone. They need a couple eliminations for themselves. They're running low on materials, and so Radil will hit a huge shot there. Radil, nice damage, nice elimination, and now they have some mats to keep them in this game.
Tayson also doesn't care about any locks on any doors. He's pushing straight in with that SMG. Picks up a vital elimination to keep Thomas and himself inside that lead. Meanwhile, Cammy, he's the only person operating without a teammate, without a partner. Duelist inside this format in the endgame. In the sands, it's going to be trouble. You might end up sinking. That's exactly what happens. He is down. Meanwhile, the clutch ministers of EU are rolling through the tarps, through the layers. They're about to clash with Reason and Vidil side by side. The two POVs we're watching. In trouble now, though. This is his own bounce back, kind of not really going towards the right side. They end up for a side-scroller adventure. XP is going to be the first mini-boss they're facing. Going to be tough to kind of get towards him. They use a level skip. No, it's not possible. You cannot get through that wall. They go down. Carmi is somehow still controlling height this entire time. Uninterrupted. All the goats are fighting down below. Now we have new creatures, animals, all the way towards the top. We're hungry to take a little bit of a bite. Reason is by himself as well, trying to clutch. He's getting that pressure from high ground too. He has to be forced to drop down. Squeezed in the end game. He's trying to get a little bit of damage too. Some rattles off on the right side, but it's not going to be enough inside the sand. He has a few more builds to put down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. None. His chances are gone to stay alive. And Alex and Squeeze are looking so good on this layer, but Pablo and Swag are here to play too.
Yeah, we've seen so many of these teams struggle on the back of the side of the zone, and so these guys are going to have to stay compact. They're going to have to stay together, and you can see they're trying to rise up. They don't even want to be there, but they now have to deal with the team on high ground. Carmi does so well, and Swing will get taken out. He will be forced back down, and Swag will soon join him. They actually do have control as the zone starts to move downwards on the hill, and so Andelex now will run into a brick wall. He gets taken out. I've seen X-Squeeze clutch, but this is too much for him. Swag and Pablo will do it all, but Swag goes down. Pablo now left in a 2v1.
Don't put Pablo in a corner. That being said, though, they do get crunched. Frizz started this with Carmi all the way up top on high ground. From